Welcome, one and all, to Super Broly X Comic Reviews. Today we're going to be reviewing Action Comics number 1 from June of 1938. It is, of course, as you can tell by the intro, Superman. Now, Superman was created by Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster. I hope I'm pronouncing those names correctly. And was, of course, DC Comics. Now, back in 1938, when this originally came out, the comics, they usually had more than one story in each comic, if I'm remembering correctly. And there wasn't much time given to each hero to really develop them. As with this one, Superman, we know his origin. The planet Krypton was destroyed. He was sent to Earth by his parents, and he was adopted by the Kents. We know his powers. Able to outrun a speeding bullet, leap tall buildings in a single bound. Bullets bounce off of him. And that seems like that would be a lot of info to need. Except it covers all this in one page. Of course, back then, that wasn't uncommon. Now, I've read through this already, but this comic, the story goes everywhere. It starts out explaining about Superman's powers and his secret identity, Clark Kent. Okay, no problem there. It then goes into a small story about him capturing a woman that killed someone, going to the governor's to get the governor to pardon the person that was accused of it, giving the governor the signed confession. It then goes into Clark Kent going to work at the Daily Star. Yes, it was the Daily Star originally, not the Daily Globe. Or the Daily Planet, Sorry. Getting my comics confused here. He then goes on to save a woman being beaten by her husband, to him going on a date with Lois, excuse me. They get approached by two thugs who try butting in. Clark acts like a coward to protect his secret identity, and Lois leaves only to be captured by the thugs and saved by Superman, who is Clark. So Clark gets sent by his boss to go cover a war going on in a small South American area of San Monte. Well, Clark goes to cover this issue with the senator, only to find the senator talking to a lobbyist, and they're planning on making the war last longer to keep dragging it out. Superman then comes in and approaches the man that he caught the senator speaking to get the information of who the man's working for and why they're trying to corrupt the senator. Superman decides to scare the hell out of the man. And it ends right there before we get a full conclusion to this story. What's my opinion on this story, you may ask? Well, quite frankly, I found it boring. Because there was barely any story in it. I'm sorry, folks, but if there's barely any story to it, I don't find it interesting. I found myself yawning multiple times and just wanting to put this away. Stop reading it. And it's only 14 pages long, folks. Now, the Superman stories, as they go on, as we get later and later into the career of Superman, the stories become way better. Don't get me wrong, Superman is an amazing character. But the early stories of his tend to be boring. But check with us next time when we cover Action Comics number 2 and finish up this story. Maybe Action Comics number 2 will be able to change my mind. Now, as this is a new channel, I want to make a little announcement right off at the end of this video to say I plan on continuing on and doing more of these. So if there's any comic characters you want me to cover, or any certain comics you want me to review and you want my opinion on, tell me in the comments down below. I will try my best to get it, and I will do a review of it if I am able to get it. I also want to cover some of the superhero animated cartoon shows or movies. If there is any you would like me to cover, tell me and I will do my best to get the movies, watch them, and review them for you guys. So until next time, folks, I hope you enjoyed.